It's your girl Ash Kash, and you are watching Real Cash Talk.
Money all around me. I look like I'm the man. Yeah, but I was counting out like last week. Tell me when.
Alright, today I got my man Ant with me again, man.
Back.
Ant, you was back twice for season 2, man. It's good to have you back. I'm glad to have Ant back. If y'all don't know, Ant also has his own podcast called Speak the Truth Podcast. Please check him out. He's dropping gems every single day. Like, I need to get like you on the Instagram dropping the clips, man. I ain't gonna lie, I be a little bit too tired and lazy.
I don't blame you because that shit is
yeah,
a lot.
Man.
It's a lot, and that's what we were getting ready to talk about. You know, in terms of, but even for me, goes into that. So yeah, I feel you. But, I appreciate it.
Of course, man. I appreciate you for coming through always. And has very good insight on stuff. Plus, if you have your own podcast, that also helps a lot. So again, we got Ant here, and today's topic is mental health. Black people, mental health. You know how Black people don't want to have a conversation. They don't want to go to therapy. They just everything, all of the above. But before we get started, please make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and share. Also, I'm gonna put Ant's Instagram down below, his main Instagram and his podcast Instagram and the YouTube. So please go check that out. It's also gonna be,
hit that subscribe button.
It's gonna be in the description below. So please make sure y'all go out there and check out his stuff because he has good stuff also. So let's get right into the topic of mental health in the Black community. Yeah. So like, what's your thoughts on them, bro?
Like we was just saying, like, you know, I feel like for us, a lot of people are scared to even have that conversation, right? Sure. Because you know, people go through, us especially, like Black people, we go through a lot of just different adversity that a lot of people don't necessarily know how to handle sometimes. And it's like, you know, it's when you think about it, like literally actually think, like you should pay attention to what's going on in your mental, how you know, be aware of, you know, your emotions and stuff like that. That takes a lot though. Yes. It takes a lot. And it's like people are kind of just reluctant to even, like I said, go into that conversation because it is tough. It is you opening up yourself to be vulnerable, and you have to be you're uncomfortable with that. A lot of people, I talk to the kids a lot about that. Like, you have to be prepared to be uncomfortable because there's no growth without being uncomfortable. Like, you cannot grow literally being comfortable. Like, all of us felt us at a point in time we were going puberty or whatever. Like, we felt different, like, you know, sensations or pains in our body, and it was like, you know, like, what's going on, but you're just growing. Yes. It's literally uncomfortable. So, and I got that actually from hooping, child to Coach Zola and all them back in the day, man, because that's real. Like, I even me, I had to really think about that. It's like there's literally no like growth with comfort. So, and
I think I feel like college. I mean, I know for me, college was a learning experience. Like, especially us being Black at Wilson. And Wilson, the school we went to, if y'all didn't know, me and Aunt met in college. The school we went to was a PWI. So,
in the country.
Yeah, so you can only imagine like the adversity we went through. And I didn't realize like how much it affected my mental health until after I graduated. Like, I didn't realize that, like...
Same.
It just like...
The dynamic of like, so it's like for us to go, I feel like for us going into that type of space, being from predominantly Black areas, and we see a lot of, you know, affluent culture and stuff like that, we went up there and like we see the complete opposite almost.
Big shock. Like,
big shock. And then to come back to kind of get ourselves back in the mix, it's like, yo, like, man, I just really was in a different space. Like, literally was in a different space.
And I don't think people like understand that. Like, it's really like I feel like my body just went to a whole different world, really, to say. And I was just like, to adapt to being there, adapting to being back home to adapting. It was a lot, and it got to the point where, like I said, I went to a PWI. It got to the point where I'm like questioning like every white person near me.
I ain't gonna lie.
Like,
you know me. I had a key. It's nothing against white people.
Nothing at all.
It's just there's something about, like, I just can't connect with you a certain way, and I can't tell you, you know, what my culture, my people have been through. Because even for me, I'm Haitian, so it's like that's even deeper fold of the Black culture. It's like, you know, I just sometimes like I don't think I can really like I appreciate the opportunities and appreciate the space that you provided and everything like that, but you know, it's just there's no real blend for me. You know what I'm saying? I can't find a way to blend, and there's no, like I said, no disrespect. I'm like I said, shout out to the space, but I need to be. It's funny. You be myself, and I don't know if that's. It's funny, like, you know, we talk about the mental health aspect of it. Where I say, like we were saying, comfortable and then being uncomfortable. It's like we were in an uncomfortable space. Yeah. But wanted to be comfortable with what we are.
Yeah, and it's like at times we could because we really only had each other. Like we all stuck together. Like the black athletes,
Ash was really there for me. I ain't
stuck
gonna lie,
together,
man.
yo, because it was
there
just
for me back when I was down bad up there too.
like we had to have each other. Like I feel like if we didn't, I don't know. I feel like I would have lost my mind. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I feel like my mental would have been even my last year there. Like my not when I was getting my master's, my senior year, I was going to the counseling, going to the therapy because I was like, yo. Like, I need this. Like, with the ACL injury, with just school as a whole, and then you deal with, like, we dealt with some racist things and all that in one. Like, you need your therapy. And I feel like, especially if you in the PWI, like, we're the smallest thing there. Like, we are the minorities at the PWI. Like, their world is so much bigger than ours. Like, we can go complain about something and nobody cares.
Yeah.
We can get complaints on us all day long,
man.
All day long, man. They had it out
like,
for us,
and it's like for us. I feel like we always have to be sharp and aware of everything. Like we have to be on point because the moment you're not, it's like someone's gonna judge you for that.
Yep.
And it's like that's the part of it that makes me uncomfortable overall because it's like the moment I may show a different side of me that you guys are not used to.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. 100%, because it's like when you're around certain people, you have to adapt and because you don't want them to look at them like, oh, they ghetto black people. So it's like, but when you get around your comfort zone and you get around, like, we could be out having a conversation like in the caf and somebody could just walk by who's like part of the deans and they can just look at you like, whoa, wait a minute, that's not the same person. But it's like, it is. Right. This is me, but y'all just aren't used to having us around y'all.
Right.
So that really took a big toll on my mental. Like I said, I didn't until I graduated. Like I knew there, like I got into like counseling, but until I graduated, I was just like, yo, like this is insane. And it was like it got to the point where I need to go keep continuing therapy. Like there's nothing wrong with therapy, and I had to keep telling myself that therapy, nothing wrong with that. I get it. Going to a stranger and like talking to them, like, yo. This is my problem.
And I ain't gonna lie, like that's been I feel like that's probably like my last like bar in terms of like going to actual therapy because, you know, like you said, it is someone like I felt for me if I'm gonna pour into like my like, you know, my real thoughts and like how I actually feel, like, I want to feel like it is a person that it doesn't feel like a stranger per se. Like it's your job to, you know, kind of let me know how to direct myself in certain areas and just kind of be there for me and in spirit and stuff like that. But I also do want to make sure that, like, you know, like you said, we're in a place where. Did you have a black therapist?
Yeah. And I feel like we need. Well, I didn't have.
I was gonna say you didn't have a black therapist.
I didn't have one, but I feel like if I did, I would have been better because it's like you said, we need someone to like. I feel like if I see a black person, you know, in front of me who's a therapist, I feel like it was easier for me to because you understand what I'm going through. Because like think about how I can't. It's hard to go. We at PWI. I can't go to this. My white counselor, like, hey, look, this is racism going. You're not going to understand that.
You're not going to understand.
Like, you don't get.
You're not going to really feel, you know, what it's like to have a different skin.
Yeah.
And people look at you for that.
Like,
you feel me?
You don't understand, like, because even in that area, I just going to the store and being followed around.
Boy, I tell you, you know me, I done got followed a couple times out there, man. I'm not going to lie to you. Been in very. Like, into, like I said, being from home, like, you know, of course, like, no, not everybody's all friendly with the police. You know, we can be honest about that, right? But for me to kind of be up there and, like, really see, like, I felt like I was in a movie. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had the police and very, like, crazy feeling like I'm doing something wrong. But I'm just minding my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just really out here just, like, I'm doing DoorDash at the time. It was, like, one time I got followed. I was like, damn, bro, like. Didn't even put your lights on. Like, I didn't even know that you, like, why'd you stop behind me? This is where I gotta stop doing my order. What are you doing? So
something so innocent, like you said, you was doing DoorDash. Something so innocent like that, like, can just change your outlook on stuff. And it's just like, I be thinking now, like, when people talk about therapy, I think their main thing is one, expenses, like insurance, which is cool. I understand that, but also look into other resources. Like, go to like they have like a free group therapies around. They have programs, you know, they have online sources, but also go to like your friends who you feel as though you can talk to.
I ain't gonna lie, having a good circle of people around you, like that carried me coming out of college. I'm not gonna lie, like coming back home, like I just, you know, coming from all that, like I didn't know what it was like to have some people. You know, like some people went to PWIs, they hooped and stuff like that. But like some people, like how are you really gonna, you know, can I really be sitting in this space with y'all? Like, can I really like can I tell you like, damn, I'm really fucked up about what happened.
Yeah.
Like I'm coming back. I'm trying to get a job. I'm trying to do this and that and the third. Like, it's like damn, like there's a lot of shit going on at the time. It's like,
like it's a lot, and it's like. The thing is, the friend don't gotta be a friend you talk to every single day. Like, we don't talk every day, but I know, like, he should, like, look, man, I'm dealing with something. I know he can just be an ear, because sometimes people just need an ear.
Just an ear.
And, like, that could be, like, that for me could just be my therapy right there. I think people think therapy, they look at it too much into actually going to a therapist, which is cool. Like, you should really invest in that, because they did go to school for that. They had the tools for that. But also just having somebody, just even if it's one person, maybe two, is to have somebody you can just talk to and vent to, like, that support system that you just need. Like, you don't feel like you're bothering them. Like, you could just go to them. Like, just somebody. I feel like we're hesitant to do that because people are too judgmental. And it's like, I'm coming to you because I'm having, like, this mental break, and you're just saying you'll get over it. Like, we don't need that. Sometimes we need something deeper. Sometimes we need to hear about ourselves. Like, we need to hear that. Like you said, the uncomfortable conversations had to be had. And, like, if you go to a therapist, a good therapist is going to flat out tell you about yourself, bro.
Right, yeah.
They're going to tell you, look, you're the problem, this, and this, and that's to help you.
And even some people, like, they can't even handle that, though. And that's the other thing. Like, I feel like a lot of people, sometimes they also avoid looking themselves in the mirror.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's where I feel like the mental health thing now becomes even a bigger aspect, because, you know, sometimes some people are just running away from themselves.
That is true. Like, I think it always starts with you. Like, if you can't look at yourself in the mirror and say, okay, I need help, or I have an issue, I have a problem, then you're never going to get better at whatever you're dealing with. And that can affect your mental, because you're trying, but everything ties into one, you know?
And even within the black culture, I feel like for us, like, a lot of us are like, we hustling, right? We trying to go get it. And, you know, we just, all the shit we just talked about, we know that we hear it all the time. Ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for you. You ain't nobody gonna be there for, like, what you gonna do? You gonna sit there and cry about it, or you gonna get back up and do what you gotta do? So I feel like that, with that mentality, you know, built up on us and growing up in life, like, it's like, sometimes we do forget that, hey, there are some people out there for us that can listen and be there for us, and don't have to, you know what I'm saying? Just be that ear. You can be vulnerable with, right?
But I also think it's harder for y'all, for black men, because y'all was really growing up, you can't cry, you can't show no soft, you can't show no emotions. And it's like, that pours into your adulthood, especially when you become a teenager. It's like, and then you get in with relationship. I feel like that all goes into one, because you've been so all your life, oh, if you cry, you're weak, or you soft, or whatever. Like, men don't cry. I feel like it's okay for a man to cry.
Right.
Like, I feel like if you're going through something,
days,
like,
days,
shit
boy,
can be tough. You're going through something, it's okay. Like, you have to let that shit out. Like, you have, like,
because that's the thing about, I believe, that's its energy, right, too. Like, your energy is not created or destroyed, right? It's just transferable. So like, that built up energy of you being sad or whatever, like whatever's gonna make you cry, like, just let it out, because you holding it in is gonna just deter your energy. It's gonna fuck it up in some kind of way where it's gonna, like, now you really throwing yourself off in a different path where you're kind of starting to throw off your mental health. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where, if you gotta just let yourself cry, like, let it out, bro. Like, you know, sometimes you don't even know, you might not even know what you're crying about. There's some people I've seen that they cry. There's sometimes I don't even know they're crying about sometimes, because they just have to let it out.
You just got to.
I swear to God, bro. And it's okay. It's okay. Nobody gonna judge you. We grown. I feel like, especially now we grown. Like, obviously, I mean, there's certain things, if you are crying about, like, let's say, like, you know, some stuff
stupid. Is like,
you know, it is some stuff like, like, come on, you did that. Why'd you bet that money? You know you shouldn't have bet that money on FanDuel. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know you should have did that, but
like, because like, we grown. Like, you gonna bet $250 knowing you only got $300 to your name. Like, come on,
man. And you knew that Giannis wasn't gonna play.
You knew he wasn't gonna get 10 plus rebounds. Like, you still like, come on.
But anyway, seriously though, like that conversation of just us, you know, for black men it is tough though. Like, just, I mean, like you said, don't cry, but yeah, just like be vulnerable. If it's not crying for you, be vulnerable. Find opportunities to be vulnerable, because, you know, you do have to let that energy out before it, you know, like I said, it really stirs you up in a different way. And I'm not telling people not to be men, right? You can still be men. You can still carry yourself a certain way as a man, all right. But, you know, don't let those moments where you're vulnerable, like, trying to, you know, dictate who you are as a man. Like, don't be prideful. Like, I think a lot of, especially men, because of how we, you know, with that mentality, we're prideful. So, you know, take some of that pride away. Take some of that pride away, and just pour into yourself. Let yourself, you know, be you. And if you have to, you know, back away from whatever it is you have to do for a little bit, or if you just gotta, you know, just, hey, maybe even talk to God if you believe in God or something like that. Just, you know, just do that.
Do what you gotta do.
Do what you gotta do, man. Because everything you need is up here. I've been learning that lately. Like everything you need is literally within you. So it's like the more you take care of yourself, the more you take care of your body, or take care of what you consume and stuff like that. Like
heavy on the consume.
Feel what I'm saying? Like you'll be exactly who you want to be.
Yeah, heavy. Like when you say consume, I don't think people realize like everybody's addicted to social media. Like we're on it, but the stuff you're feeding your brain with on the social media is what's gonna affect your mental. And I don't think people really realize that. They be like, no, but it's like yes. Think about how you're like copying a character you always watching, or doing something, or you're acting a certain way.
Man, trust me, no, because these kids are watching. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I gotta bring this up because these kids are watching, and I'm seeing so much of just like these kids are growing up so fast, trying to grow up so fast because of what they see on social media. Because who they watching on social media? Us, people that we watch. We say that we locked in or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And now it creates this whole conversation even within the black culture because it's like who is affected most by social media? It's us. It's us. Everybody's caring about who's dropping the next post or who's wearing the next outfit, who's doing whatever. Like, why does that matter? Why does that matter?
Everything is all consumed, and it's like then when you're consuming it, you're starting to compare, and you feel like you're not where you are in your life, and then that's when it really starts to everything ties into one. I feel like if you feed your brain with positivity stuff like a good podcast, if you want to look at, if y'all read like good stuff, like I ain't gonna say read the Bible, but like, read good stuff that's gonna like help you be a better person. If you sitting here on Shade Room all day, when you gonna be a drama-filled person because all you're looking for is the drama. Because the Shade Room is just drama. So you're getting attached to that. You get that attachment style to that, and it's just getting sucked into it. And it's gonna be continuous. So it's like you also gotta take a step to yourself. Like we said, your first person you gotta look at is yourself. Because you can go to therapy all you want, but you gotta put in the work. Like if you watching what's that show? Baddies. I watch Baddies. Yeah, I watch that, Joe. But look, everybody can't be a baddie, and y'all don't gotta fight all the time. Like everything don't gotta be resolved in a conflict fight.
People don't want the black people. We don't like to have conversations no more, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like that's what's wrong with it. Even just people being outside. Like nobody wants to have a conversation. Nobody's willing to have a conversation. People are so prideful that they don't want to just sit down and say like, okay, there is a disagreement going on. We can work this out with our words. We can talk about what we feel and be open to the other side.
Facts.
That's a part of communication. Being open to the other side. It's not I'ma say what I have to say and that's that. No, like take feedback.
Got to. I think criticism is always good because if you're not getting criticized on what you're doing, then you're not gonna know like what you can fix, like what you can change. Because it's like imagine like dating somebody. Let's say you dating somebody and they never told you nothing that's like wrong to fix yourself, and then you get with somebody else and they like, yo, you do this and the third. They like, no, I don't. Well, no, you probably just do it. No one just ever told you. Now somebody's telling you, you taking it like, whoa. But it's like, it's nothing wrong with criticism. Like, everybody needs it. Like, every day, everybody's still growing. Like, we all don't have it figured out. I don't care if you're 45 or 21. You're still learning. You're still trying to figure your shit out, regardless. And you can't, and if your mental health is not good, it's going to be hard for you to figure it out. So I want you, figure out your mental and figure out what you want to do, how you want to go about it, then everything is going to align and tie together, but you have to put in that work. Like, you have to. You just have to. Like, but therapists say, if you go to a therapy session, they say, hey, your homework is to do this, that, the third, and you don't do it, you're not going to see no results in yourself changing. Like, yeah,
because what's the point of you going to therapy if you're not going to put in the work? That's another thing, too. Like, it's an investment, right? If you're going to talk business now, right? Putting yourself into therapy, you're paying for that. Or somebody's paying for that. So why would you go into something not with the proper mindset of like, okay, I am trying to better myself. I am trying to, work on these things for me so that I can, do what I need to do. That's for my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to. It's being open. That's what I'm saying. It's everything is two way. Like it's a 2-way street. Even the therapy side. Like I have to be open to this criticism. I have to be open to this feedback. I have to be open to being vulnerable and have someone weigh in on that. You know what I'm saying?
And they have to understand, like, a therapist or whoever you're talking to, whether it's a friend give you that advice, whoever giving you the advice, go into it thinking that they're going in it out of love because you want the help, so they're giving you help. They're not saying you're a bad person or you're distant, you're terrible. If someone is telling you about yourself, it's for your own good because they see something in you. Like, if I see Ant slacking off and I'm like, and I don't say nothing, I'm just, well, fuck it. But if I see, like, he got all this potential to do this, that, and the third, I'm gonna be like, yo, Ann, get on your shit. What are you doing? Like, or if I see anybody, my friends, if I say you're the problem, I'm gonna say you're the issue. You was wrong. Somebody needs to tell people, look, you're wrong. If you would have not done this, this would have been different. Like, because we create our own issues.
And hold yourself accountable. Yes. That's the other part of it too. Like, it's okay to like you said. I think people sometimes, especially in life, they feel like they're always gonna get praised or they're always gonna hear the good things. They expect to always hear the good things. But when like you said, when it gets uncomfortable for them when someone is being real with them, and it's like, yo, like that's not what this is, man. You gotta hold yourself accountable because let's say if it's someone that really does care about you, that's why they told you. That's exactly why they told you. They told you because they care enough to actually tell you. Someone that doesn't care about you gonna let you rock out and do all the crash out shit that you be doing.
Fact. I feel like if you're getting uncomfortable, then that means you know it's true. If someone is telling you about yourself and you feel a little uneasy and uncomfortable, then deep down you know it's true. You know it's facts. You know you need to work on stuff. You just get it together. Like it starts with you. It starts with look in the mirror. So anything else you want to add on?
Man, I mean, I don't know. That was heavy for
was heavy indeed,
but
man.
You know, the conversation has to continue though at some point. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, this is just something that for Black people, you know, we do struggle with, and I want because I'm saying it even with the kids nowadays. Like I'm saying, like it's everybody's talking about the next generation and how it's so. No, it's all these things so wrong with it and stuff like that. But like I said, they're watching somebody. Yeah. Right? We have to be better leaders. We have to be better people to show them what it's like to be these people that we expect them to be.
In facts. Like,
how you gonna tell me to do this? But like you gonna tell me to go run some laps, but I ain't never seen you.
Yeah, I ain't never seen. Yeah.
I ain't never seen you do it. That's what these kids do. Yeah. Kids are holding us accountable in a sense, right? Why aren't you doing the things you're telling me to do?
Yeah, we have they're looking at us and it's just being passed down and passed on. So it's like we have to give out what we put out, basically. Exactly. Like we have to. And
it's obviously our community, like what you got going on. I'm trying to build. You know, other people I've seen. You know, we've been trying to figure out ways just in terms of like what we put out our content. Like it's different. Like we want to make sure. Like shout out my man J Flow as well. He's really tapped into the community. You know what I'm saying? Like. Really making sure that we're trying to make a difference, you know what I'm saying, with what we say and put out there with our content. It's not trying to feed into, you know, what you're already going to get from the shade room or whatever.
This ain't no shade room, nothing like that.
And the problem is with a lot of people too, they don't even know how to mentally process that. Like this is probably just a troll or this is just a joke. Some people look at a lot of this shit on Instagram and Twitter or whatever, this is real life. They think it's for real. They don't even know this is a joke. They can't turn off their phone and go outside and touch grass. Unfortunately, that's
real shit.
You know what I'm saying? That's another phase of it too. So it's like it's all these different things that go into it, man. But obviously I just pray for everything that's going on. Pray that we like I said, we become better leaders, have people that step up to do better things, to show the next generation because they come in and it's like, all right, well they're gonna have kids at some point too. So it's like
it starts with us. Yeah. It's like now we can only think that they can just be able to pick up on the good, and when they grow up, they can just mature and adapt. But I will say, like definitely y'all seek therapy if you really feel like you need it.
Go talk to somebody.
Talk to somebody. Speak positivity within yourself too. Every day when I wake up and I'm about to go to work, I pray and I speak positively. Like it's gonna be a good day. It's gonna be a good day. Like you speak that positivity in yourself and. Just know that if you go get help, there's nothing wrong with you. You're just trying to get better for yourself.
And if you're not at the point, my bad to even cut you off real quick. But if you're at the point to not go to that phase yet, because obviously we want to. If you're at the point, we want to get you there. But if you want to, like let's say we were hoopers, like that's an opportunity to have therapeutic time.
Yes.
You feel what I'm saying? Like find something that brings you peace.
Yes.
A hobby or something that what I'm saying you can just find peace in, and then maybe from there. You started to, really tap into your mental difference.
Because one thing could, you can just go do something and that could clear your mind to, finding out solutions. So, like, me, I can listen to music is one of my biggest therapies. Yep. So I can just be in a dark room, music on, eyes closed, I'm good. Or I'm editing or if I'm recording. Like, this right here is a therapy to me. Sitting here talking to y'all is therapy. So, and you never know, we can get clarification and you can just get things clear on the next parts of your life just by just taking a step back. And, like we said, all therapy don't have to be a straight therapist. Like we say, if you a hooper, go shoot some hoops. If you play soccer, go to the field, kick the soccer. Whatever you got to do to help yourself, Like it's there. Just don't give up on yourself and don't fall short and fall weak to the progress because it's there. It's definitely there. But I appreciate you, Ant, for coming through, man. It's always good conversation, always good talk. No doubt. So make sure, again, check his podcast out called the Speak Your Truth Podcast. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. Hopefully y'all see me on his stuff in the future. But y'all will see Ant again. And again, man, thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. And then we'll see y'all next week.
So.
Like I'm your man.